Alright guys, today I'll be explaining how to properly cycle your fish tank. So after you get your first tank, or you're new to the hobby, you'll most likely get a starter fish. For freshwater it's danios. I hate using fish to cycle tanks, but in saltwater it's usually damsels or chromis. So after you get your fish and you feed it, I prefer to use fish food. Just a little tip by the way, fish food does the same thing. Takes a few extra days, but it's worth not killing or harming fish. So after you get your fish, you will feed it, and it will, after the fish goes to the bathroom, the fish waste will become ammonia, right here. And ammonia, it's bad. It burns the fish's gills, and to get to the stage, it'll be about 4 to 5 days, depending on your tank temperature. And the way to get the cycle a little bit quicker is to turn your heat up, because of the bacteria that will be converting the ammonia into the nitrite, which is the next stage. It helps to keep the tank a little bit warmer than you'd normally do it, because the bacteria likes heat. So after the ammonia is converted into nitrite, this is still bad. Nitrite is not good because it will burn the fish's gills just like ammonia. So after that, it'll take another about a week and probably about week and a half before it becomes nitrate. Now nitrate is not nearly as bad for your fish as nitrite and ammonia. These burn the fish's gills. This has basically no effect on the fish in a small quantity, because what will happen, you will have a massive nitrate spike when the tank is done going through the nitrogen cycle. Because after it goes from fish waste to ammonia to nitrite to nitrate, it will have become probably somewhere in the upper 30s to mid 40s, depending on how big your tank is and what's going on with it. So takes a little while, but it's worth it because your fish will benefit in the end. Your tank will be good. Now there are other ways to do it, like buying pure ammonia, so you skip the fish step altogether, but that's not a good way to do it. I prefer the fish food way, because you could easily overdose with ammonia and totally screw over your tank. Now what it is though is it's bacteria converting the fish waste into ammonia to nitrite into nitrate. So now how you can cycle it faster is what you can do is if you have a friend that is in the hobby, you can ask for like some sand or gravel, because it'll have that beneficial bacteria that it needs to get the colony of bacteria going to help your tank cycle faster. Because the bacteria is the key here. The bacteria is the thing that converts the fish waste into something that is not harmful to the fish. So that's what you want to do. And then you could also, if you have, what I prefer is the AquaClear filters, because they have the bio pellets in there. They're not pellets, they like the cream egg rings, because that has surface air. The more surface air, the more beneficial bacteria it can hold. And the more it can hold, the more of a bio load, or how many fish you could have, because of it's just able to store more, and it has more, so it can convert it better and quicker. Where it's usually held in the filter is that third stage. There's the usually mechanical. No, it's the, forget the 3 stages now. It's something mechanic. Oh, yeah, mechanical, chemical, and biological filtration. The biological part is the part that's most important. On the aquarium, it's held in the blue area. That's where it's held, because as the fish waste is cycled through and make it, in the water, the bacteria in there converts it into less harmful things, which is nitrate. That is still harmful in big doses, but not nearly as bad as ammonia or nitrite. What I recommend doing, it takes about, in total, 4 to 6 weeks for it to be done. I always usually wait. Mine usually takes 4. I usually wait 5. What I do after, I know it's done, I wait another week, and I test it every day just to make sure nothing else is spiked. That way the parameters stay constant, like the nitrate isn't like spiking or something. Same with the ammonia nitrite. You want to make sure it's not spiking, it stays constant. And after it's done cycling, do about a 50% water change. But I wouldn't change the filter cartridge, because that still has all your beneficial bacteria, and you don't want to destroy that, Because if you destroy that colony of beneficial bacteria, the filter will not be able to keep up with the amount of fish waste, and then it'll have to restart. It'll have to cycle itself all over again. You have to wait again. So that's what I would do for that. So also the cremaic rings things I put in the aqua clear filters, they say replace every year, but never replace those. Never clean them off. Never wash them with tap water, because what tap water does, the chlorines and stuff in it, it'll kill the beneficial bacteria colony in your filter. That's why you never wash off filter cartridges with tap water. Always use RO water. And RO water is reverse osmosis water, or RODI, the reverse osmosis deionizer. It takes out anything in the water and keeps it the perfect 7 pH. So never ever wash your biological filtration. Always change your chemical and mechanical. Change that out about every month is what I do, or depending on how dirty it is or how much your bio load is, every 2 to 4 weeks. But after it's done cycling, change the mechanical and biological a day or two after the other, because if you take them all at one time, they have bacteria culture on them, like in the carbon packs you get for the aqua clears. Replace those about a day or two after you place the little sponge in there, because the sponge doesn't hold nearly as much bacteria as the carbon does, because whenever I take out the carbon and the sponge in the same day, I have a little bit of ammonia and nitrite spike, which is never good. So try and keep things as constant as possible. So I hope I helped you guys out a little bit by trying to explain how to cycle your tank. Oh, one more thing, there are bacteria in a bottle, but those don't normally work because you have to dose it every day. But those, what are really good for, those bacteria in bottles are extremely good for, like if your tank's later set up in the later part, it's good for if you have like a spike suddenly, if your nitrite or ammonia spikes, it's good to put that in. It'll help lower it quicker. So I think that's basically it. So yeah, please rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe, and also liking helps your tank cycle faster.